of the GAO's finding that the OMB's actions involving Ukraine funding were illegal. Your reaction to that finding?
We reject GAO's opinion on that matter. At every step of the way, we've complied with the law, with our authorities under statute. GAO is entitled to their opinion. We respect their opinion. We work with them often, but we disagree with in this case.
Well, tell me, what exactly is your authority, and how does it allow you to alter the congressional intent that was put in place?
We certainly not altering the congressional intent to spend the appropriated dollar amount, but we have the authority under apportionment statutes where Congress asks us to make sure that we apportion based on the best, most efficient, economical use of the money. And we do that in every instance, and we did that in this example.
And the notification part of that, how did you comply?
This was not a policy deferral that required the notification that was expected.
Well, I suspect we're going to disagree a lot on that. Let me get to the chase on some of this, though. Did anyone at the White House tell you not to cooperate with this inquiry, and particularly in the impeachment inquiry involving with what we were just talking about?
Yeah, I'm not going to relitigate the last several months of our life. We had an extensive debate in the United States Senate, extensive submissions for the record by the White House counsel's office and the president's legal team. So I'm not going to go back and relitigate the review process.
Not a litigation. You're not being sued. There's no lawsuits pending. Did anyone talk to you at the White House about withholding these funds?
Yeah, I'm not going to go back and
the question is, are you going to answer the question or not?
I'm not going to go back and consider the events of the last several months.
Because you have the authority not to answer questions from Congress as well?
I'm here to
do what?
I'm here to talk about the President's fiscal year 21 budget, to talk about the authorities that we have under statute, but not to talk about the Ukraine situation.
Really doesn't do a lot if we have a budget, if you can disregard it, and then when we ask you about that, you disregard the questions. So how do we know what you'll do with, obviously, Congress having the power of the purse? How do we know that you'll do the same thing on something else?
We spend according to the appropriations bills that you provide, and we
but
did
you
that
didn't.
in this. We did in this case.
So
the money was spent by the end of the fiscal year.
So why is it outside the realm of the public's right to know who at the White House helped prepare you, direct you, indirectly or directly, to answer questions? Did anyone tell you not to answer our questions today or on an ongoing basis?
Because it gets to the deliberative process that the White House has about how we make decisions, and we're not going to get into it here.
You got to appreciate it's a little bit more than that when the GAO says that what you did was illegal. So we're to disregard that. You can't even be in a position where you can help us understand who at the White House talked to you about this and explain why to do this. You got to appreciate, from our point of view, we have power of the purse. The GAO said that what you did is illegal, and now you're saying, well, you can't even ask me questions about that.
I'm not saying you can't ask me questions. I'm saying that in terms of what I'm prepared to respond to is the questions regarding the President's fiscal year 21 budget, and I'm happy to respond to our differing opinions with regard to the General Accounting Office.
It's really not responding when you say you're not going to answer the question.
No, I'm not going to answer questions about the deliberative nature of the decisions that you've asked about.
I know, and look, I didn't have a question in responding in law school, but most of us understand responding means you answer the questions. You don't say, I'm not going to talk about it.
I'm here to answer a question about the budget, and I'm happy to talk about the statutory authorities that we have. We disagree with the GAO's opinion in this matter. The GAO works for Congress. GAO often has differing opinions than the executive branch and the Office of Legal Counsel, and that's the case.
I'll tell you what, if you ask me, did I tell the GAO what to do, my answer would be no. My question is in the reverse. Did the White House tell you how to respond, tell you what to do or not to do?
I'm not going to answer questions about the Ukraine situation that have consumed months of this country's time, in which we want to move forward and be actually addressed.
Who's we?
The administration.
I understand they want to move on.
And the American people, quite frankly.
Okay. And you did polling on that?
I did not do polling on that.
So how do you know what the American people want?
Because I think we've spent months as a country considering these issues. They were considered extensively on the floor of the United States Senate.
But that answer says, I think. It's not anything about what the American people want or what Congress wants or the majority of the House where these bills initiate.
Look, in terms of the bills that you initiate and get enacted into law, we are executing those faithfully.
You want us to cooperate and help you. And you know what? I think if you ask the relevant agencies that are under this subcommittee, they will tell you that we work with them, we cooperate with them, we talk about their needs on a bipartisan basis. The bills that are coming out here under the ranking member, when he was chairman, and the willingness of this subcommittee to cooperate with them, but it's a two-way street. And frankly, Director, no one elected you to anything to say, I think. You can have your own opinions, but you can't say that I equates, meaning yourself, with the American people's will. You don't get to do that. But we'll have more time to talk about it. Mr. Amade.